Let me ask you something. Does modern dating ever feel like a rigged game? You're swiping, matching if you're lucky, and still wondering, why does this feel so impossible? Well, here's a stat to make you laugh or cry. Women on dating apps rate over 80% of men as below average. Yeah, 80%. That's not just tough odds, it's a reality check. But here's the twist. It's not all about looks. Modern dating is a strange cocktail of psychology, algorithms, and hidden rules that no one talks about. So here's the real question. What do these hidden patterns and 8 surprising charts reveal about dating? And how can understanding them completely flip your perspective and maybe even your dating life? Stick around because this is going to get interesting. All right, let's dive into the real reason you're here. 8 charts that don't just explain dating, but decode it. These aren't random stats or throwaway facts. Each chart reveals something about the hidden dynamics shaping modern relationships. And trust me, some of these might hit a little too close to home. Let's start with the one that might just change the way you look at dating apps forever. Let's kick this off with a hard truth, the infamous bell curve of attractiveness. When men rate women, the curve looks pretty standard. Most women fall in the middle as average, with a few rated higher and lower. Fair and balanced, right? Now, when women rate men, oh boy, that bell curve turns into a cliff. Over 80% of men are rated as below average. Below average? But before you lose hope, here's why. Women aren't just being harsh, it's about risk management. Dating apps amplify their natural selectivity, and for good reason. For women, choosing the wrong match could mean wasting time, emotional pain, or worse. So yeah, it's less about looks and more about survival instincts. And remember, in real life, personality, humor, and charisma can level the playing field. So guys, don't take it personally. It's not you, it's the algorithm, and maybe a little bit you. Kidding! Next up, let's talk about confidence. This chart shows that confidence doesn't just matter. It's a game changer. People are drawn to confidence like moths to a flame, even if you're not conventionally attractive. Why? Because confidence says, I know who I am and I'm good with it. That energy is magnetic. Think of it like this. You could show up to a date in mismatched socks, but if you're confident, they'll think it's a fashion statement. And here's the best part. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's like a muscle. Build it, use it, and watch the difference it makes. All right, brace yourself for this one. The match ladder on dating apps is brutal. The top 10% of men get most of the matches, while the bottom 50% are practically invisible. Why? Algorithms. The more likes and matches you get, the more visible you become. It's a popularity contest, and if you're not in the top tier, it feels like playing on hard mode. But here's the good news. You can hack this. A killer bio, great photos, and good lighting. That's your ticket to climbing the ladder. Remember, dating apps are just one tool in the game. Don't let them define your worth. Here's one for the guys. This chart shows your 2 prime years. Ages 21 to 25, you're peaking with younger women. Ages 25 to 30, you're attracting a broader range. After that, well, let's just say you better have a sense of humor and a solid life plan. It's not about staying in your prime forever. It's about knowing where you stand and making the most of it. So if you're past 30, don't sweat it. Focus on the things that truly matter. Emotional connection, stability, and maybe a good haircut. This one's a classic. The chart shows how much taller men are preferred by women, and the trend is clear. The taller you are, the more attractive you're perceived to be. But before my shorter kings out there start panicking, let me tell you this. Height is just one part of the equation. Confidence and personality can make a massive difference. Take Napoleon, for example. The guy wasn't tall, but he still managed to conquer half of Europe. So if he can do that, you can definitely win over your next date. Let's get a little deeper with this one. This chart explains why women are more likely to initiate divorces. It's called the emotional sensitivity gap. Women tend to feel relationship issues more acutely, which often pushes them to take action. And no, it's not about being too emotional. It's about being attuned to what's working and what's not. For guys, the takeaway here is simple. Communication matters. The more you understand and address emotions in your relationship, the stronger it will be. Ignoring problems doesn't make them go away, it just makes them louder later on. This chart shows how physical attractiveness works like a multiplier on dating apps. The closer you are to the top 10%, the more attention you get. But here's the twist. It's not just about genetics. Good grooming, great photos, and even the right lighting can make a huge difference. Think of dating apps as a game where everyone's playing with their best cards, so why not make sure yours are polished and ready to win? Finally, let's talk about the age gap. This chart shows that men consistently prefer younger women, while women's preferences shift as they age. The real takeaway? Everyone's looking for someone who aligns with their stage in life. So instead of chasing an ideal, focus on finding someone who truly gets you. All right, so let's address the elephant in the room. Why is dating so ridiculously complicated? Is it the apps, the algorithms, or is it just that we're all collectively bad at this whole love thing? The answer, my friends, is a little bit of everything. It's like making a smoothie with random ingredients: psychology, technology, societal expectations, and then someone throws in a raw onion for no reason. That's modern dating. Let's break it down. Dating apps? They're like the vending machines of love. You swipe, you tap, and if you're lucky, you might get what you want. But most of the time, you're staring at an out-of-order sign, wondering where it all went wrong. And then there's the psychology of it. You're trying to impress someone while also playing it cool, but deep down your brain's screaming, "Do they like me?" It's chaos. Absolute chaos. And here's where the charts come in. These 8 truths we just walked through, they're like the GPS for navigating this wild terrain. The bell curve? That's your reality check. The confidence curve? That's your cheat code. And let's not forget the match ladder. It's like Monopoly, but only a few players get to pass, go. The game isn't fair, but understanding how it works, that's how you start winning. Think about it. If you're obsessing over whether your profile picture is good enough, you're missing the bigger picture. Confidence and humor win over filtered selfies any day. And hey, if you're not tall enough or young enough for the algorithms, so what? Napoleon wasn't tall, and he still ran the show. Short kings unite. So why is dating so complicated? Because it's not just about swiping or meeting someone cute at a coffee shop. It's about figuring out who you are, what you want, and how to play to your strengths in a world that seems designed to make you doubt yourself. But the good news? Now you've got the tools to decode it all. You're not here to beat the system. You're here to rewrite the rules and win your own game. And if it doesn't work out, well, there's always pizza. Pizza never ghosts you. All right, so there you have it. 8 charts that just changed the way you see dating. Now it's your turn. Which one hit you the hardest? Was it the bell curve of attractiveness, the match ladder, or maybe that whole confidence thing lit a fire under you? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you want to keep unlocking the secrets of modern dating, hit subscribe